So CES 2018 is over. I am back home in Texas, but I have a few more videos for you guys first. Now, this video is from the Inwin booth. Now, unfortunately, due to some time and scheduling constraints with some other companies, I was not able to spend very much time at the Inwin booth. All I was able to get was some B-roll of what they were showing off, and I had a quick talk with Johnny Gomez, a marketing specialist who was there. So I don't have any interview on camera, but he essentially toured me around, gave me the quick rundown, and I kind of decided on the spot that I was going to do this filming later thing and then put the B-roll over. It's kind of what a lot of tech tubers do, so figured I'd give it a shot. So the first thing he showed me was kind of the centerpiece. It was the WinBot case. It was an interesting case. It's not the first time they showed this, but it's essentially a giant sphere with a bunch of actuators and stuff all over it. So it can open and close. And the way it's laid out and organized inside this, quite honestly, beautiful piece of machinery was very interesting, Johnny was telling me. So on one side you have all your fans, your drives, you can put your radiators, all that on one side to kind of expel heat out that side. And on the other side you can have your CPU, graphics card, motherboard, that, with the tubing for a liquid cooling setting, because they're kind of assuming if you're going to buy that kind of a case, they're going to do some custom liquid cooling. You can take all the heat from the one side away to the other side, away from all the core components, and expel them out. So that way they don't really need too many traditional case fans, and they don't really need that much airflow, because there's not too much heat in the one area, it's all being expelled out the other side. So that was really interesting that he showed me. So the next thing he showed me were two different kinds of fans. The first one is really my favorite. It's the Polaris fans. Now, there are two kinds of the Polaris fans available. The first one, which was shown on the CES show floor, is the aluminum version. It's got an thin aluminum housing all around it, but there's also a plastic or acrylic version for those of you who don't want to spend as much. But the real thing that caught my eye with these fans was not its looks, but the cables. You can daisy chain these fans together. In the corners, they have tiny little cables that you can kind of connect together, so you daisy chain them all in one line, and then connect them via one longer fan header to your motherboard or fan hub. That's what really caught my eye, and is I kind of like some of those, to be honest, because in here, I don't have enough fan headers on the motherboard for all of them, because ideally they'd all be smart controlled from the motherboard, but only the two front ones and the back ones are connected to the motherboard. The two top ones are on a fan hub, which is included in the case and just set to low for noise. But sometimes if I'm doing something intensive and I hear my other fans kind of ramp up, I'll set those to high. It'd be nice if I could just kind of group these front ones together, group those top ones together, and that back one to connect them there kind of by zones to the motherboard. And with the Inwin Polaris fans, you can do that. The second one was definitely the most eye-catching, but not my favorite. The Mars fans. Now, these kind of go very well with their WinBot case in that they're flexible. So there's just the main fan mounting, and then there's a flexible arm that leads to the actual fan itself. So you can kind of attach it to the side of a case or something, and then move it around to provide more airflow in that WinBot case. We next moved on and showed some of the other more realistic cases that people are actually going to buy. Starting with the A1 Mini ITX case. This was a very small form factor case. They were kind of just showing off the looks of it, what they could fit in that small form factor. There was RGB LED strips on the bottom, had a beautiful tempered glass side panel, all around beautiful case. There was the 101 Tough variant, so the Inwin 101, very popular case from them. They made a Tough variant to go with ASUS's Tough motherboard series because, well, the Tough series has a very distinct color scheme with their digi-camo. So the Tough case is Tough branded, has the same camo, and it goes very well with any Tough motherboards that you may buy. So that was pretty neat. They also had the 909 EK Waterblocks version, which was made in partnership with EK Waterblocks. It works great with the EK products if you're doing a custom water cooling kit. So that was a nice case right there. And kind of the star of the show was the Inwin 915. This is the one that I think all the YouTubers have covered because the top comes up. There's the actuator motors, and it just raises up for higher airflow, or goes down to be more compact, made for traveling, for carrying it around, or for noise, that sort of thing. It's got RGB LEDs inside of it. And to be honest, that wasn't even the part that really caught my eye with that case. It was mostly the general aesthetic. So Johnny was describing it as a round aesthetic. Other YouTubers have compared it to Star Wars a bit. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. But there was definitely this big round theme going on. Inwin tried to make the whole case flow around. And another thing Johnny was showing off was the way to take the tempered glass side panel off. There was a little button you kind of slid to the side of it, and it dropped down about 2 centimeters, and then you could pick it up. So it didn't just fall and you didn't have to try to catch it or risk it breaking. It just kind of popped off a little bit, stayed where it was, and let you take it off. So that was very neat. Not all of these products Inwin was showing off are available now, yet some of them are. You'd have to check their website for more details about that. But in any case, that's it from the Inwin booth from CES 2018. They had a lot of beautiful things that they were showing off, and very interesting things that I'm actually interested in, especially those Mars fans there. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to check out all my other CES 2018 coverage and all my videos I'm going to be posting after this. Leave a comment down below telling me what you think of these cases, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.